My motto is, if you want to win the lottery, you have to make the money to buy a ticket. You have to make the money to buy a ticket. You have to make the money to buy a ticket. You have to make the money to buy a ticket. You have to make the money to buy a ticket!
I have fun when I'm watching it. It makes me crack up when I'm watching it. I think it's a hilarious movie.
How do you prepare for a role where you're basically driven by being a sociopath?
Well, you know, I think like if you label him anything, I think it kind of takes away the kind of commentary on the movie, what it's about really.
I think there's a sociopath in all of us.
The movie to me is about how we've created someone like him.
Will this be on television?
Morning news, if it bleeds, it leads.
Like when you're on your phone and you're reading news or gossip, or what did the president say next to, oh my God, there's a cat that survived falling 40 stories off of a building. Do you know what I mean? Literally just sort of like nonsense information alongside information that could be really important. Like that it all exists in the same place, that nothing is like less or more than, which is a strange world to live in. It just means we want more.
Repeat the police. I will never ask you to do anything that I wouldn't do myself.
Because of that, I think someone like him, like Lou, the character I play, comes alive because he's the guy who brings you all that information.
What do you have?
Something I'm fairly certain you'll be very excited about.
You did a fantastic job. This movie is so good. And I'm curious to know, how did you prepare yourself for that cutthroat sort of media performance?
You know, I did not have her right off. I didn't know how to prepare myself for it. I wasn't sure. It wasn't helpful for me to go and see a newscaster or, you know, a news director. Mm-hmm. And I really struggled with it because I'm not necessarily cutthroat, and so I was like, well, where is that in you? And I went, no, you're not cutthroat, but you've crossed moral boundaries, and you know desperation.
Think of our newscast as a screaming woman running down the street with her throat cut.
You will be seeing me again.
So for me, what was interesting is where she went because she was so afraid of loss. That was fun to play because whenever I've been afraid of loss, a lot of colors come out, like anger comes out, and I know at one point she was just panic. So all those things were interesting for me to see, and then when she was getting what she wanted, it was like almost, thank God, oh my God, it's. That was cool. What I felt and I thought would be fun is for people in the audience to go, okay, where would I cross a moral boundary that would leave someone like hurting, or how callous can I be? How callous could I get? And is it just callous? I didn't see her as just callous, I saw her as desperate. But how many things do we do that we know are hurtful to other people?
Now, I know that today's work culture no longer caters to the job loyalty that could be promised to earlier generations.
I think Danny was fascinated with the fact that so many kids are getting out of college and the job prospects are just so bleak. And I think that he thought that people could relate to Jake's character. I mean, he was desperate for a job, and he you know, would apprentice anything. And there is maybe a part of all of us that young people that would say, well, he's got this thriving business, what would I do?
What happened in there?
You should have walked in and looked, Rick.
I heard gunshots.
All the more reason you might have helped me. You might have learned a new skill that made you more useful and put us on a track toward growth.
Did you have a dream? All my life I want money.